Hi everyone. I'm hoping you're able to hear me. I'm just trying to connect and get organized. I'm not sure you're able to send an emoji or anything like that and let me know that you're online. I'm hoping my dad will let me know if he can hear me, if there's I have a microphone. I think I'm organized, but this is kind of a trial run, a brand new adventure for us. Anybody out there? Dad, did you find us? Looks like there's a couple people online. I'll just give it one more minute ahead here and then we'll get going. Okay, still having some technical difficulties. Okay. Hey Lily. Okay, can you hear me? Lily, are you able to hear the mic okay? Are you able to let me know and then we'll get started? My dad's still trying to find it. And if you have any tips for him, that would be good. Oh, hi Jen. Okay. Just curious if the mic... Oh, you got it. Okay, so let's get started. Hopefully my dad will find it. I have a chair here and a golf club. Okay, so that's all the equipment that I'm going to use today. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but it's beautiful out, so I'm here in my backyard. Really, truthfully, my house is too much of a mess and I don't have enough wall space, so I'm outside. I'm glad today's a nice day and I'm hoping to do these regularly at the studio, in which case I'll have lots of wall space and it'll look like our usual class. So first of all, disclaimer, so many of us have been sitting for the last month, so go easy, especially if we've been hunched over. We're going to try and open you back up, so no flinging. Okay, go with a nice range of motion, your own pace, your own level. Don't hurt yourself. We're going to have golf season eventually, and we want to make sure that we're staying nice and healthy. So stand up. First of all, let's start with some nice high knees, high knees. And you'll find out I don't count anything. I just talk and then switch the exercises when we can. High knees. Let's start with a nice dynamic warm-up. Imagine we're going across the studio with our high knees. All right, switch it to a little bum kicker here. Getting warmed up, beautiful day. Sunny, we'll take it. Just gonna check on my dad, keep going, find out if he found us. Don't know if he was able to click in. Hopefully I'll be able to post this later. Okay, let's kick it. Straight out in front of us. Cross over your body. Opposite hand to opposite toe. Let's do a few more of these. You don't need big range of motion, just get a little bigger movement here happening. And then switch it to the scorpion. Okay? This one's behind us. Opposite, opposite. Okay, now depending on how much space you have in your living room or your basement or wherever you're working out, let's go side to side. And you can go back and forth a couple of times, or you can go all the way across your space, your living room. I'll be coming in and out of frame here. All right, now if you want to throw in some step in front, step behind. Okay, so throw some of those in. All right, let's switch it to a bit of a lunge, just some dips here. Up and down, up and down. All right, and then let's go with some external rotation. Whoa, I'm losing my balance. Might need my chair after all. Balance. Let's do 2 more each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now go opposite. Step over the fence. All right, and let's go up on our tippy toes. You can't really see, but go up on those tippy toes, walk in a little circle. And then walk on those heels. So pop those toes up and walk on those heels in a little circle. All right, let's head to the wall, and this is going to be a little awkward to see, so I'll try and talk you through it. But first of all, what we want to do is, with your foot about 6 inches away from the wall, I want you to press the knee towards the wall. So this is for dynamic warm-up of your ankle. So you want to push your knee, towards the wall. Warm that up. Do about 8 on the right side and 8 on the left. Now switch. And you're warming up your Achilles, getting that ankle a little bit of a dynamic warm up. All right, then from here, down nice and low, stretch up and pull it back. Up and pull it back. I have a brick wall. It's a little prickly, but it's okay. And switch side. Really push off that back foot a little bit more up onto that toe. And to some swings, okay? So I hope that's making sense. Switch it to some swings. We need a lot of hip stability and mobility. This will help our golf swings, and switch sides. All right, let's spin around. Now, I've got a light to contend with and something dripping off the roof, so that's why I'm dodging a little bit. So, with your back pressed flat, okay, hold on, now I gotta move my little pack for, let me just check in with the comments if there's any questions. Everybody's doing okay? All right, good. All right, so snug your back against the wall. See if you can get your head on the wall, and let's go overhead. Okay? Nice and gentle with those shoulders. I, for one, have been just logging way too many hours sitting. We get out every day and walk, but it's certainly not what I'm used to. And then the other, I don't know, 8 hours a day, usually I'm teaching on the fitness floor, is just sitting. It's brutal. All right, here, out to the side. Now we're gonna just push those arms up the wall a little bit, like a wall angel, like a snow angel, but very common for our heads to want to pop off. So let's keep everything against the wall. And if that's too easy, we can kind of raise and lower here. But if you're starting to have them pop off the wall, stay low. We need to stretch things back out after iPadding and computering. All right, here we go. Now come off the wall, and you're going to take a bit of a step away from the wall. I'm about a foot, and I'm going to reach around. So with a nice big sweep, reach around and kind of crawl and walk those fingers behind you so that you can increase your trunk rotation, your thoracic spine rotation. Now we don't want our heads to poke around. You want to have a nice tall body and keep walking and walking those hands. Where it gets a little tricky, and make sure you stop, don't strain anything. But I want you to see if you can do it with your feet facing forward. All right, let's release. Roll it on out and go the other direction. So reach around behind you and crawl those hands, maybe at about shoulder height. Oh, blue sky, it's so nice to see. A few deep breaths here. And release. All right, now let's switch it to some YTWs. Okay, so we're going to work against gravity here. Sometimes in my class we do them on the ball, but we can do them against gravity. So the position is a letter Y, letter T, and then a W. And you want to imagine the W's happening where you pinch your shoulder blades together. Okay, so we Y, T, W. And the flatter you get, the more you work against gravity. Okay, so Y, T, W. Now, if you're only getting to here, don't worry about it. That is, that's movement. Okay, Y, T, W. Do a few more. Those of us with a swimming background, it's almost like a breaststroke. And I don't care if that's what you want to look like, then give it a squeeze at the bottom. But it's a Y, T, W, whatever works. All right, how's that feeling? Doing a few things that we haven't done in a few months, for sure. All right, standing up, I want you to imagine you are in your long iron swing, okay? So we're standing up nice and tall, and we kind of come forward, back's nice and flat, poke our bums out, and then we're going to unlock our knees, weight on the balls of our feet. From here, we've got our hands crossed. The position that I want to start with is just a little bit of a turn. So you want to make sure that your shoulders aren't moving around. You're solid from the waist up, and we're just going to work on doing some rotation of that pelvis. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Imagine you're in your long iron swing here. Rotate. Oh, I don't like this one. And I think I'm pretty flexible. All right, okay, loosen that up, walk that off. All right, this time we're in our long iron swing. Now we're going to be solid from the waist down. Switch to a little bit of shoulder rotation and do this nice and gently. Our lower backs have probably taken a bit of a beating this winter. All right, again, walk that off, shake it off. Last couple on here. Is everything going okay with the volume? I sure hope it's working. I ordered this mic off of Amazon. Who knows what it's doing? Okay, last one again with our long iron swing. And this is pelvic tilt. And I still can't do these without shaking and shaking and shaking. All right. Keep working on it. And you may have to, if you start to get tired or it starts to get really wiggly, then start again. Hit the reset button. So again, that long iron swing, good balance, 50-50 between your feet, and then you really want to tilt your pelvis and tip it back. I like doing this one on the ball because it's really easy to dig into those hips. It's kind of way more fun. All right, grab your golf club. I hope everybody was able to make a path to your shed or find them in your garage. I had to dust this one off. I have my set at the studio, so I had this one in my locker in the garage. So let's start with some overhead press. Now, if you want to start adding in some range of motion, you can increase it slowly, slowly, slowly. You'll see some golfers, right? They can go way back. That would be nice, but not all of us, especially as we have terrible posture and hunchy shoulders, right? Our external rotation here is going to be more compromised, which that's the position at the top of the backswing. So we don't need shoulder injuries at all. We know that. All right, internal, external rotation. So hands underneath your club, and you can have them a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and you're just going to push off to one side. Now this is like a hinge door. It's just going to open. This is the only range of motion we need at the shoulder for right here. So I'm just going to go on the right side, my right. Okay, and then I'm going to switch sides. Nice tall posture. You don't need to be doing this leaning forward. So this is a wand exercise. We do this in physio if you've had shoulder injuries. Now you can go from here and create some resistance. This is like when we do weights that are sort of the lateral and the front raise for working on those delts. So you can just push it up here and just create some resistance. So push it down nice and gently, okay? And even hold it. An isometric hold right now is all we need. Okay, switch sides. Few times, pushing down on the end of that club. All right, imagine this is our nice barbell, and we're going to do a few hinges. Now, important here to remember is back nice and flat. We don't want to collapse, and we don't want to scoot anything out of position. So it's back nice and flat, and if you can start increasing range of motion, we probably have really tight hamstrings. I do, because guess what? All I do is sit in this position all day. So my hamstrings are not working properly with my glutes and my low back. So a few hinges. Neck in a neutral position as well. Legs, I wouldn't say they're locked out, but they're not straight. They're not bent when we do this. They're kind of neutral. All right, now the fun one. Wide grip swing. Hopefully you got room in your house without taking out a light. And get all the way up onto that follow-through side. Get up onto that toe. Imagine hitting the ball far. Boom. Now, if you can switch your brain, think about going the other way. Left-handed or opposite-handed. I see you on there, Cody. I know you're a lefty. Chipper, you're a lefty. So now you should be swinging right. All right, last one here. I want you to club in your right hand, step forward with the right. Okay, so we're doing a lunge. It's called the pyramid lunge. Okay, so we're forward here. Club is on the same side as that knee that's forward. So let's dig into those hip flexors a little bit. Body, nice tall posture. And if we're leaning too far forward, we're not getting the activation in the hip flexors right here, okay? So that's the position here. So open it up, and then when you're ready, you can go up and tip it over. This gets a little bit more into that psoas. You keep it moving, still dynamic. All right, switch sides. Club now in my left leg is forward, working on that hip flexor, keeping my posture nice and tall. What's our time doing? All right. Kind of figured we'd go, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. We'll see where we end up, just to get us moving a little bit. And let us know if this is something you're interested in. I can start doing these a couple times a week, up and over from the studio. I'd be happy to. I'm a little bored. All right, here we go. Put the club down. Let's grab our chair. So hopefully everyone was able to grab a chair. First thing that we want to do is get into a tabletop position here. Okay, and the wider, if you get your feet shoulder width apart, the more balance you're going to have. And the first thing we're going to do is a cat-cow position. So this is kind of for yoga. And we're going to work through a full spinal range of motion here. So your spine is going to go right to the ceiling or right to the sky, and then through your range of motion, arms extended. Okay, then from here, with our arms extended, we have a shoulder blade push-up. So my arms are not helping, they're not bending. We're going to do some push-ups hopefully in a bit, but it's just moving your shoulder blades around. They tend to get stuck, and they are very important in our golf swing. So let's do our shoulder blade push-ups here. And then let's thread the needle. So one hand sweeps up, nice full extension, and then tucks on through. Let's do two more. Okay, let's switch hands. So gentle rotation here. Let's do two more. All right. A few more with the chair. Squats. Squats. You can do it with your chair or you can do them air squat. But I kind of like this where you hover and come back up. Now, if you really want to push yourself, try doing it off of one foot. Okay? And then down. Back up. I'm not fussed. If you want to do it with 2 feet, you do it. I don't think I can actually at the moment. Now you don't need the chair if you don't want. If you just want to do, air squats, you fly at it. Ooh, my son went behind a tree. Now it's cold out. All right, we're going to do one core exercise here, and you can use your chair, or if you're so inclined to go down to the ground. So this is a bicycle. I'm away in the sun. As this is a bicycle, but you can do it if you sit on the front of your chair and kind of lean back, just hovering before your back gets to the back of the chair. We can do, it's almost like a march, but it's like a bicycle. Crossing over, crossing the body. This is pretty good for core if you don't get down, but if you want to do it on the floor against gravity, you give her. But I know not everybody's got a mat or a towel or even wants to spend the time getting up and down off the floor, so you make it as tough or as easy as you want. And if afterwards you want to do some planking, side plank, front plank, you'll be nice and warmed up. Now is a good time to do it if you want to throw some more stuff in there. couple more. And you can always make it easier by coming up. You know, if you're really starting to feel that, you just change your body angle. But if you want to lean back, you do it. All right. What am I going to do? Oh, deep squats. Now, this is just for some range of motion. We've already done some squats. I don't want you to pull your chair over, but if you can get right down onto the floor, it's a little hard to see because I don't have a camera person, but working kind of off of both feet in your deep squat position. We want to try and get those heels nice and flat, but however far you want to get down, and if you need that chair, just give you a little bit more support. Okay, so how's my time doing? I would like to do a set of 4 exercises, a set each, and then we'll do a few stretches and we'll wrap it up. So I hope everyone's doing okay, that you're not fall fast asleep in your chairs, in your easy chair, and that you feel like you're doing something towards your golf season. So the first one, let's start with, is a side lunge. Okay, so back and forth. Now ideally you do like 30 of these so that you really get 15 on either side. I will always lose count. I'm not sure why I even try. And if you have a weight and want to use it, great. I'm finding right now even body weight exercises are enough because I'm feeling very deconditioned. Now, good technique here. We want to keep the knees in line with the toes. We want to keep a tall body so we're not bopping around doing that kind of stuff. And we don't have to go super deep. If you're just kind of going back and forth, brilliant. That's at your level, you do it. Okay, I have no idea how many that is, so as I'm getting ready for the next exercise, you can keep going or you can stop. The next one is push-ups. Now, we do a lot of push-ups on the wall at the studio. So you're more than welcome. I know, Cody, you're pretty fit. You better do them on the floor. For many of us, doing them on the wall is just fine. And you want to wiggle your feet out far enough where you have a good resistance. So your arms are going to go just a little bit below shoulder. You don't want to have them up too high. So about shoulder height, and you're going to bring your body back towards the wall, and you're going to do, I don't know, 12 or 15 of these. Okay, I think that's 12. I might have actually counted. So I'm going to do 2 more. All right. Not sure if you can hear me gasping for breath, but holy, I'm out of shape. Last 2 exercises. Pilates, wall circles. If you want, you can use the back of your chair as well, or stand next to your wall. But hanging on, so it's here, you're going to extend, kind of hard to see, but you're going to draw a nice big circle, no flinging. Bodies are nice and tall, but you want to do 6 or so circles, and if you can point your toe, that's even better, but you're going to start to feel that in that little divot in your bum. Okay, then go the other way. Once you've done 6, so you do 6 in one direction and 6 in the other. So these are leg circles. We do a lot of these glute med exercises in the studio. And it's important because if you think about the stability we need for the top of the swing, when we don't have good hip stability, we do things like this or this, right? Because the body has to get involved because the powerful muscles of our behinds can't keep us in the right spot, okay? So that's why we need good stability through the glutes. Okay, the other side. Especially on uneven lies. So when you're wailing away with a bunker shot, or on some hills that we have at the course, or on the side of the hill when we hit it funny, at least on our course on 18 or 17, just before it goes out of bounds. Switch sides. I hope you've done 6 and 6. All right, I totally lost count again. Last one we have is for the long muscles of the back and our glutes, and it's called a wall dog. You can do them on the floor. That's called a bird dog, but it's opposite. So you're going to extend back, okay, and you're going to feel that bum clench on that side, and then the opposite hand is going to go up. So that's what it's going to look like on the wall, okay? And you want to alternate and do a bunch of those. This is a postural one. And for the posterior chain, it's again important to have nice strong back, lower back muscles, so that when we get deep in the round, it doesn't start to fatigue and fail us. Okay, I'm not sure again. No idea how many I do. All right, we're just going to wind it down. Grab your chair. This might be a little tricky, hard to see. But first, what I want you to work on is grabbing underneath your chair and just giving your neck a little stretch here. Now, afterwards, feel free. You can do more exercises, more sets of those last 4. We did the side lunge, the push-up, the wall dog, and the Pilates leg circles. You can do 2 or 3 more sets of those. All right, we're going to reach across the body, reach to the back of the chair, turn, give it a nice rotation here. Beautiful blue sky. Wish I was at the lake, but we decided social distancing, switch sides. And when they said nobody should be going to their cottage, we pouted and then thought we better follow the rules. So we stayed in town, which is a new one for us on a long weekend. Okay. Come to the front of your chair and let's extend one leg. It's hard to see, but I have one leg fully extended, one leg bent, and I want you to stretch that hamstring. I don't have a camera person, so they aren't able to adjust, and if I push it any more forward, the iPad will fall off the table. So I don't want to do that. Nice stretch on that hamstring. And then you're going to cross it over, okay, and then dip a little bit forward. So you should feel it on the outside of that hip. We did some work in that glute area. Top the IT band. Come a little bit forward. This is good for range of motion. You can hear our neighbors out having some fun. It's awesome. All right, switch sides. So extend one leg, the other leg forward. Bring your chest down and a nice flat back. You don't want to hunch, okay? Nice flat back. Work on that hamstring. All right, release. Cross it over. Again, start if you can. Nice tall bodies, nice tall posture. Oh, I got one side is not cooperating, and this is the side. All right, you're going to turn on your chair. One leg is going to extend back, and you're tilted sideways on your chair, so you're supported on your chair into this hip flexor stretch. So it's like a lunge position. So you want to lunge here. And again, if you're not feeling it in this hip flexor, then bring your posture up a little bit. All right, let's switch sides. Do a couple more and we'll call it a day. Go eat our Easter dinners in isolation. All right, release. Okay, press forward, round your back, press, 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 then lift it up, stand up, sit up nice and tall, I guess not stand up, and then open up. And go again, round and up and open. Cactus arms, this is what the yogis call it, cactus arms. Thanks for watching, everyone. Look, how far did we go? 30 minutes. I'm happy to do this again. Please reach out and let us know if this is something you want to continue to do. I can make this a little harder or trickier, or if we had wanted to add weights, if people had other equipment, we can get down to floor level. I can modify lots of stuff. So let me know, and I'm happy to support you all in the community to make sure that we're healthy and ready to start golf season if and when we lose our snow and the courses open back up. Thanks for joining me. Have a good Easter Sunday, everyone. Thanks.